Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sorry, there was some problem. So it started a bit late. Okay, so let's start with the presentation. So we'll be talking about the operations related to a hospital. So today's topic will be operations management in healthcare. So we have done all the aspects of operations management. Right from the beginning, what is operations management? What is the role of automation and mechanization in operations management? The facility, how do you find out where you should have the organization, what type of facility it will be, whether it will be a process layout, what type of layout it will be, then the various aspects related to operations. We have done everything from quality control to maintenance to purchase, everything. So all these things, because see, any healthcare unit is also an operation. Some time of over here, it is not producing anything, but it is giving some service. So it is a service organization. So that also needs operation. The efficient and effective operation of the hospital will, because now healthcare has also become a very good business and there is a lot of competition. So the efficient and effective operation of the healthcare unit should be very important. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to do well and survive in this competitive world. So today we have, except for Swapan, where is Swapan? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you start reading it.
Okay, ma'am.
You
Introduction.
are the person who's from healthcare. You should be able to explain it to us.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's this Zoom user?
No idea, madam. Operation management is a critical in every industry and healthcare is no exception. At its core, operation management is a planning, organizing, and servicing of internal process to keep an organization running smoothly.
So you can see the healthcare unit is also you are also doing some operations to give health services to your patient. The aim should be they should, in the minimum hassle, they should get the best services possible. So how do you implement all these operation management tools and techniques to a healthcare unit? You continue. Who is this Zoom user?
Ma'am, I am the one, Shivam.
Hello, open your camera and tell me your name. Pardon?
Shivam.
Shivam. Okay.
Ma'am, Shivam. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shivam. So Swapan, you continue. In this ever-changing healthcare industry, Swapan.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You continue. You are from healthcare.
Yeah,
And you are from administration. You are not a doctor.
Yes, ma'am. I am in engineering service.
So that means you are in the administration.
Yeah, yes,
You
ma'am.
have to see the physical facilities are working in the perfect order, isn't
Yes,
it?
ma'am. Yes.
वो physical facilities यदि नहीं करेंगे तो naturally the other things will be affected.
Yes. True.
तो main तो तुम operations में ही हो.
हाँ, ma'am. In the ever-changing healthcare industry, effective operation management is not a option but a necessity. Without it, it's difficult for a hospital, residential facility, nursing home, doctor's office, or home healthcare organization to provide the quality care service that improve and save life.
This is a very critical industry where you are dealing with patient, you are dealing with human life. So it is very critical. But the aim should be that each and every patient should go out as a cured person. ठीक है, it is not possible always. अब ये depend करता है क्या उसका health, what is the status of his health care and all those things, so many factors. But still, that should be the objective.
ज्यादा दिमाग घूम गया है।
I don't know why it has hanged. Hello? Actually, there's some problem. I cannot share the screen. It
Okay.
is saying ki host has disabled me.
Currently.
Now, it's all right. So this is a typical flow of work in any hospital, any healthcare unit. First, you get yourself registered. Then once the registration is over, so at that time, all the data regarding the status of your health, everything, from where do you come, what is your occupation, all the vital information about the patient is captured over there at the time of registration. Then either through health insurance or through your own payment, you do some advance payment. Can you see the diagram? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. It's showing.
Then you get, your bed is allotted to you. You get a place in the hospital. Then the investigation starts. Then the diagnosis is done. Once the diagnosis is over, the treatment starts. Once the treatment, then post-care treatment starts. Once that is over, then you get discharged from the hospital, not from the hospital, but your care is over. Clinical discharge. Once you have done the final payment, because you had done the payment, some initial advance payment, but whatever is the final bill has to be paid, either through insurance or through the person or the patient's family. Once that final billing is over, then only clinically he or she is discharged from the hospital. So this is the flow that an operation manager has to see कि any person who is coming for treatment, he is given the proper treatment and at a optimum cost, so that he goes out satisfied with the whole operation. So this operation, whoever looks after this whole total operation, the processes, because it is what? This is input. What is operation management? This is input. This is input, where a patient comes in. And this is an output, where a cured person goes out. And these are the various operation processes. So you know, operations management is nothing but input, processes, and then output. So as a, you have to see these processes are done in the most effective and efficient way. So the person who goes out, he or she is satisfied with whatever he has received. And value addition is here what? He has been treated. His whatever disease he or she has been eliminated. So that value addition has been done to the patient. So anything which does some processing on the input and the final output is better than the input, then you say it is an example of any operation. It can be anywhere, whether you are producing something or whether you are doing some service. So here it is a service organization. Operations management is the overall coordination of processes required for the creation and distribution of products and services. For example, in the case of healthcare, managing cost while delivering quality services is a major component of healthcare operation. Here also, this is a business, like any other business, this is also a business. And for the customer, what is the customer looking for? Best quality at the least cost. The objective of the operation manager is to see that the customer gets what he or she is looking for. Shashi, you read. Shashi.
Yes, madam. Healthcare is a diverse industry that includes institutions and practitioners that provide service for the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of injury, illness, disease, and other physical and mental impairments. There is a wide variety of specialties that focus on a specific treatment. Healthcare is composed of primary, secondary, and tertiary care. Social and economic conditions largely affect access to healthcare, as do the policies and management of service. Next, for a healthcare system to function efficiently, necessary aspects include generous financing, as well trained and well-paid workforce, uh, credible credible information on which policy can be structured, and health facilities that are well maintained and reliably managed.
So you can see for healthcare system, the first efficiently necessary aspects, including generous financing, because with more and more sophisticated machinery to help the doctors to diagnose the disease, to take care of the patient, so finance is required.
Yes, ma'am.
And a well-trained, a doctor should be well-trained. He or she should know what is his or her job, how the treatment should be done, correctly diagnose the patient's disease and all that. That only a well-trained person can do it. And naturally, if they have put so much in getting that training, so much money in getting that training, so they expect that their payment should be also matching to that finance which they have put in their training. So a well-paid workforce, credible information, whatever information he or she is getting should be credible. Wrong information will lead to wrong diagnosis, and naturally the treatment will be also wrong. The patient will not get cured. So credible information on which policies can be structured. In here we are talking of operations, so it can be anything. Like suppose the number of beds which you should have in the hospital, that is only one input. So that should be, you should get that information so that you can forecast how many beds are required. Because see, inventory is what? You have to keep it at the minimum level. Don't keep beds which are lying vacant for a long period of time. Then what will happen? Finance will be locked up in that. Some money will be locked up in that. And if you are keeping bed so that number of patients have to leave your hospital and go because beds are not available, then you will be losing opportunity. So some system has to be developed so that you know, not, it cannot be exactly, but at least something close to what is the general requirement of that particular area, because it will depend upon the area to area. And health facility that well maintained and reliably managed. So these are the functions of a operations manager or the administration to see that all these things are there. Shashi, you continue. Shashi or Swapan?
Yes, madam. What is healthcare operation management? This thing I have to read now, ma'am.
You can continue.
Okay. Operation management is operation management in healthcare refers to overseeing the day-to-day practices of a healthcare facility that impact the client experience and organizational goals. Next is essentially those who work in healthcare. Operation management focus on overseeing the facility and staff function which play a vital role in the delivery of care. Next, these practices are typically broken down into three components. One is administrative, another financial, and legal.
Because legal things can, administration has to see all the staff, whether the doctors, nurses, any paramedical staff, any other fourth class employees, everything, the cleanliness of the hospital, everything has to be in the best of condition. So the patient, whoever comes to the hospital, is pleased with the environment. It is not only getting the treatment, but the overall experience of the patient matters a lot. So these things the administration does. Then the financial aspects, that also the administration does. It also comes as a part of the operation, that financially whatever is required for the treatment is available to the patient. And if suppose somebody is not satisfied with the services of the hospital and he or she has some problem, then and wants to take certain legal action, so you should have the documents and everything there to show that everything was done properly. Otherwise, there can be number of legal hassles. So all these things the operation has to see: the administrative part, the financial part, and the legal part. Now, Swapan and Shashi, both of you are from the administration of hospital. So
Yes,
let us know about your experience.
Ma'am, Shubhir sir is also operation manager in our hospital.
So
Sudhir Nandi.
is he present?
Yeah, he is present.
So Sudeep, just tell us something about it, your experience regarding these three aspects: administrative, financial, and legal.
Ma'am, I am new for EA hospital management. I am admin, obviously admin operation management. operation manager, as a join a operation manager, but I am newly joined. So I am not about anything said for hospital.
So at present, what are you doing?
At present, I am operation manager, but I am looking for one clinic for dialysis center.
So what you have to ensure that the people who are come in for dialysis, they are getting
Yes.
proper care.
Yes, ma'am.
जो भी equipments required हैं, they are in good condition. All these
Yes.
things you must be seeing.
Yes.
जो मेडिकल स्टाफ तो चलो ठीक है, you cannot tell them this and that, but पैरामेडिकल को तो you have to see.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So the administration of the paramedicals, the things required by the doctors, all these things you have to see. If something goes wrong, you will be held responsible, isn't
Yes,
it?
ma'am. हाँ, yes. Yes,
तो
ma'am.
कुछ आप अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताइए, अभी तक कैसा रहा है?
मैम अभी तक तो ठीक है, मतलब अभी तक जो चल रहा है तो आगे ही बढ़ रहा है, तो बहुत कुछ एक्सपीरियंस लिए हूँ यहाँ से। तो एट फर्स्ट आपने जो दिखा है इन पेशेंट फ्लो, वो हम शेयर करना चाहता हूँ। इन पेशेंट फ्लो हम पहली बार जब आए थे तो उसी टाइम से हम लोगों का जो एफडी सर है तो वो एक क्लास लिए थे। ये एक पेशेंट आता है तो हम लोग उसमें क्या क्या स्टेप करते हैं। पहला स्टेप, कोई पेशेंट इमरजेंसी में आया,
हाँ,
तो पहला स्टेप तो इमरजेंसी में पेशेंट आया तो वहां से तो पेशेंट को फिर आप रजिस्ट्रेशन जैसे दिखाया। एट फर्स्ट वी आर रजिस्टर्ड द पेशेंट। आफ्टर दैट पेशेंट अटेंडर नोज के उसका मतलब उसका इसमें होगा कि इंश्योरेंस से होगा या कैश से पेमेंट होगा। तो कैश में होगा तो कैश से वो जब कैश डिपॉजिट करना पड़ता है फास्ट एंड एडवांस, या पेशेंट अटेंडर को सब कुछ दिखाया जाता है कि ऐसा ऐसा चार्जेस है, चार्जेस उनको शेयर करना जाता है। और उसके बाद पेशेंट को लिया जाता है, हम लोग रिसीविंग करते हैं पेशेंट को। तो पेशेंट रिसीविंग के बाद पेशेंट का ट्रीटमेंट स्टार्ट, मतलब इन्वेस्टिगेशन होता है। इन्वेस्टिगेशन के बाद ट्रीटमेंट होता है। ट्रीटमेंट के बाद उनको जो ट्रीटमेंट हो गया तो उसका क्लिनिकल डिस्चार्ज होता है। तो ये फ्लो हम ये सब जानते हैं।
नहीं, आप तो जानते हैं, मगर और लोग भी तो क्लास वाले जानना चाहेंगे आपसे, क्योंकि यू आर वर्किंग इन दिस एरिया।
यस मैम।
ठीक है, तो जो मैंने फ्लो डायग्राम बनाया वो ठीक है?
हाँ, एकदम ठीक है,
एकदम ठीक है।
यस मैम। हाँ,
अब हमारा यहाँ जो ऑपरेशन मैनेजमेंट जो होता है,
हाँ,
तो उसका अकॉर्डिंग मैडम हम लोग यही देखते हैं, जो हमारा प्रोसेस है, जो हम लोगों ने प्रोटोकॉल बनाया है, एक स्टैंडर्ड प्रोटोकॉल है हमारे यहाँ कि उसको हम लोग को फॉलो करना है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग फॉलो होता है। उसके बाद जैसे हम लोग ये देखते हैं, पेशेंट फीडबैक लेते हैं कि पेशेंट का क्या फीडबैक आ रहा, उसके अकॉर्डिंग अगर कुछ चेंजिंग हो सकता है तो चेंज किया जाएगा। अदरवाइज अगर पेशेंट सेटिस्फाइड है तो देन इट्स ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम। उसके बाद हम देखते हैं कि हमारा जो डिस्चार्ज प्रोसेस है उसका वेटिंग टाइम क्या है, ठीक है। ओपीडी में जो पेशेंट आते हैं उनका वेटिंग टाइम क्या है, ये सारा हम लोग मेडिसिन काउंटर में, जो हमारा मेडिसिन काउंटर में क्या टाइम, ज्यादा टाइम तो नहीं लग रहा, उसका सब हम लोगों ने एक स्टैंडर्ड बनाया है कि इतने मिनट के अंदर मेडिसिन मिल जाना चाहिए, इतने देर के अंदर डिस्चार्ज का सारा प्रोसेस हो जाना चाहिए। तो उस स्टैंडर्ड जो हम लोगों ने फिक्स किया है, जो हमारा गोल सेटिंग है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग काम हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा, ये सारा हम लोग देखते हैं। फिर हमारा जो स्टाफ का सर्विस एक्सलेंस है, जो कि हमारा स्टाफ प्रॉपर पेशेंट को कस्टमर केयर प्रॉपरली कर रहा कि नहीं, वो ऐप टॉकिंग क्या है, ये सारा चीज पे जो ऑपरेशन मैनेजर है वो सारा चीज देखते हैं। टाइम टू टाइम ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता है कि मतलब कि इसके लिए अवेयर, सारा स्टाफ अवेयर रहना चाहिए कि क्या प्रोसेस हम लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं और करना है, क्या सर्विस स्टैंडर्ड है हमारे यहाँ। उसका अकॉर्डिंग हम लोग सारा चीज देखते हैं यहाँ पर।
तो जैसे हम लोगों ने प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट अभी किया था ना, तो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट में क्या था, प्रोजेक्ट को हम लोग फिर वर्क ब्रेकडाउन स्ट्रक्चर करते, क्या क्या एक्टिविटी करना है। तो जैसे हमने वो फ्लो डायग्राम बनाया, तो एक एक एक्टिविटी हुआ ना, पहला रजिस्ट्रेशन, दूसरा जो भी मनी पेमेंट है, आप अपने कीजिए, चाहे इंश्योरेंस से कीजिए, जैसे भी कीजिए, तब आपको बेड अलॉट हुआ। तो इसमें हर एक एक्टिविटीज में कितने कितने टाइम लगेंगे, एक एस्टिमेट बनाया।
उसका टाइम टेट है।
हाँ, तो इसी तरह हम वो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट के टूल्स यहाँ भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं।
यस मैम।
या फिर फोरकास्टिंग करते हैं कि आपको कितने पेशेंट एट एवरेज आएंगे, ये फोरकास्टिंग करते हैं हम अपने जो पुराने डेटा है उससे, या मार्केट का स्टडी करके कि कितने पेशेंट हमारे यहाँ आएंगे। तो उसके लिए उतना फैसिलिटीज होना चाहिए ना।
यस मैम।
वो फैसिलिटीज मैच करना चाहिए, हर एक चीज का कैपेसिटी एंड डिमांड को मैच करना चाहिए। मतलब डिमांड बहुत ज्यादा आ गया, पेशेंट आपके पास वो फैसिलिटी नहीं है, तो आप पेशेंट को बोलेंगे जाइए, तो आपके लिए तो वो अपॉर्चुनिटी लॉस हुआ।
यस मैम।
और यदि मान लीजिए आपने बहुत ज्यादा फैसिलिटी रख दिया, उतने पेशेंट नहीं आए, तो वो बेकार खाली जाएगा, तो क्या होगा, पैसा ही लॉस होगा।
बिजनेस लॉस।
हमारा ये भी ट्रैक होता है कि हमने एवरी डे कितना पेशेंट रिफ्यूज किया है,
रिफ्यूज किए।
और रिफ्यूजल का रीजन क्या है, किस लिए पेशेंट को रिफ्यूज किया गया, उसका हमारा एक मीटिंग होता है, उसमें डिस्कशन होता है कि आखिर क्या चीज हम लोग नहीं दे पा रहे, देन आफ्टर विल इम्प्लीमेंट इट।
हाँ, तो यहाँ पर हम ऑपरेशन मैनेजमेंट के जो टूल्स एंड टेक्निक्स है ना, आपके एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर यूज करते होंगे, वो फोरकास्ट करते होंगे, डेटा पर ही डिपेंड करता है ना। तो डेटा इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग। आप लोग भी देखते हैं डेटा कि कितने लोग आए, कितने लोग रिफ्यूज हुए, कितने लोगों को मिला, क्यों ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, ज्यादा लोगों को तो रिफ्यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं। तो आप उस तरह का करेक्टिव मेजर्स लेते होंगे।
यस।
So what is the administrative task? Shashi?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, पढ़ो।
Administrative tasks may include keeping details the medical and office supplies, scheduling employees, responding to questions from staff and customer, and updating patient records.
अभी जो सुबीर कह रहे थे कि they take feedback to from the customers, मतलब पेशेंट जो हुए हैं, you take feedback, you take response even from your own staff. उनको किस चीज की कमी लग रही है, उनको क्या प्रॉब्लम है, कस्टमर्स कितने सेटिस्फाइड है, कस्टमर से फीडबैक लेंगे, देन यू कैन कीप ऑन अपग्रेडिंग जो भी प्रोसेस है उसको भी आप और अच्छा कीजिए, बिकॉज एज अ ऑपरेशन मैनेजर यू हैव टू सी कि द पेशेंट हु लीव द हॉस्पिटल वो satisfied with the treatment which they have received. डॉक्टर्स का क्या बिहेवियर होगा, क्या पेशेंट उनको टाइमली मेडिसिन मिला नहीं, करेक्ट डायग्नोसिस हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, अननेसेसरी तो नहीं रखा गया है उनको हॉस्पिटल में, ये सब बातें उनको देखना होता है, आपको जानना होता है ना। यू टेक फीडबैक फ्रॉम द पेशेंट so many various parameters. On all the various parameters you have to see whether the patient is satisfied with the work of the hospital or not. सप्लाईज आ रहे हैं कि नहीं, टाइम पर आ रहे हैं, एडुकेट सप्लाई आ रहे हैं कि नहीं आ रहे हैं, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. What are the financial responsibilities? Shashi?
Yes, ma'am. Financial responsibilities often involve managing claims, medical billing, revenue cycle management, and value-based reimbursement.
Reimbursement. Can you explain this?
जो हमारा जैसे फाइनेंशियल का होता है, कोई थर्ड पार्टी है, टीपीए है, तो टीपीए का जो क्लेम होता है, ठीक है, टीपीए जो जो क्लेम किया जाता है उसको उसको भी फॉलो अप लेना पड़ता है, ठीक है। मेडिकल बिलिंग, रेवेन्यू साइकिल मैनेजमेंट, और हमारा क्या रेवेन्यू आ रहा, ठीक है, उसको भी देखना पड़ता है, हमारा रेवेन्यू आ रहा कि लॉस जा रहा, ये सब भी देखना पड़ता है फिनांस के साथ में बैठ के, कि हम लोग लॉस तो नहीं हो रहा, जो हम लोगों ने काम किया उसमें वी आर गेनिंग रेवेन्यू और नॉट।
और जिसको रीइंबर्समेंट देना है तो इट शुड बी वैल्यू बेस्ड, उतना का उनका है क्लेम की नहीं है।
यस यस मैम, वैल्यू बेस्ड रिइंबर्समेंट, यस।
हाँ सुबीर, लीगल प्रैक्टिसेस।
yes ma'am. legal practices legal practices usually resolve around compliance and credentialing, that is the process of verifying education, training and proven skills of healthcare practitioners.
जैसे वो जो भी हमने कहा, जैसे हॉस्पिटल ने प्रॉमिस किया ये काम करेंगे, whether it has done it or not, मान लो किसी तरह का लीगल प्रॉब्लम आ गया, the patient has put a complaint कि he or she has not got whatever was promised to them, जो भी compliance होना था वो हुआ कि नहीं, और जो भी डॉक्टर या स्टाफ है whether they have the proper educational qualification, training, everything, skill है कि नहीं है, क्योंकि फाइनली अब कितना भी मॉडर्न फैसिलिटी दे दे, if the doctor and the staff are not well trained, not well qualified, तो the patient will be affected. तो ये सारा चीज लीगल प्रोसीजर्स में आ सकते हैं, प्रैक्टिसेस में।
Yes ma'am.
हाँ आगे पढ़िए।
The legal issues cover the basic of medical negligence, changing concepts of informed consent, and the practical issues of medical negligence cases with representative case decision from the Indian courts.
तो इंडियन कोड क्या है, उनको इन्फॉर्म डिसीजन मिला कि नहीं, उनको कहा गया कि उनका ऑपरेशन कराना है, तो यू हैव टू टेक some confirmation from the relatives of the patient, कि मान लो पेशेंट को कुछ हो गया तो ये नहीं कहे कि हमें इन्फॉर्म ही नहीं कर दिया गया, उनका ऑपरेशन कर दिया गया। जो भी लीगल कोड है
मैम पहले इसलिए मैम पहले at first we are taking from patient consent.
हाँ, तो ये सब लीगल मैटर्स देखना पड़ता है ना, कि कोई लीगल मैटर नहीं हो जाए आगे चलकर।
Yes ma'am.
हाँ सुबीर।
The importance of operations management in healthcare. The importance of operation management in healthcare cannot be overstated, as the healthcare industry is incredibly diverse, and operations often require unique solutions based on a very variety of factors.
हाँ, तो ये ऐसा ना, ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट इन हेल्थ केयर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि बहुत तरह के हॉस्पिटल्स होते हैं ना, बड़ा जनरल हॉस्पिटल होगा, स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल होगा, हॉस्पिस होगा, होम केयर यूनिट होगा, सो मेनी थिंग्स, तो द सॉल्यूशन फॉर ईच विल बी डिफरेंट, यू हैव टू टेक व्हाटएवर इज कंसर्न विद दैट पर्टिकुलर यूनिट, और उसके जो भी काम है वो कैसे अच्छे से, it has been to be done most effectively and efficiently, doing the right thing in the right way. ये किसकी आवाज आ रही है, कहाँ से आवाज आ रही है, बंद कर दीजिए माइक।
मैम आगे पढ़े।
हाँ हाँ
proper operations management can help one overcome a variety of obstacles. So one can provide excellent customer service at every interaction.
If you are doing your operations properly, so
हाँ,
you can overcome so many obstacles. You should see ki how medical staff are well trained. They are getting the implements as they require it. The staffs are also, the paramedicals are also well trained. They know how to do their job well. They are caring. All these things the operation manager has to see, and then only they can expect that the hospital will get a good name, and the patients or the customers will be satisfied with its work.
the right solution can eliminate manual process to save both time and money, and it can make HIPAA compliance easier and more consistent. What is HIPAA, ma'am?
HIPAA is Health Insurance
Full form.
Portability and Accountability. Actually, this is not an Indian term. ये American legal matter है. जो अभी इंडिया में they are thinking, अभी the process has started, मगर it has not been implemented as such in India. मगर they should be held accountable. If something goes wrong, the administration is held accountable. तो जो HIPAA का requirement है, that has to be seen to it that the accountability of the administration as well as the doctor is there.
Yes, ma'am. Next,
माने
the health
जैसे
insurance.
वहां क्या है ना, अमेरिका में तो ज्यादातर it is through insurance. माने आपको health care insurance लेना ही लेना है, क्योंकि
वहाँ mandatory है.
हाँ mandatory है. तो the insurance company also has to see कि ये HIPAA is followed. हमारे यहाँ अभी नहीं है, हो सकता है थोड़े दिनों के बाद हो जाए. और जैसे manuals processing, today we are the information and communication technology is helping us in doing so many things electronically. जो record हम पहले बैठ के manually लिखते थे, अब now it is done electronically. तो उससे क्या होता है ना, एक तो it is faster, easier to retrieve. कभी जब आपको जरूरत है तो वो जल्दी से जल्दी retrieve हो जाता है. You know what was happening. So with this modern development in technology, it has reduced our efforts as well as time and money is saved. Both time and money. ठीक है, शुरू में implementation में थोड़ा capital investment होता है, but on the long run, you save lot of time as well as money, and people are more satisfied.
Yes.
Implementing proper tools can also improve staff and client communication, because the communication gap is very essential. It is one thing which can really hamper the operation of any unit, whether it is healthcare or any other unit. तो एक staff और client and में communication ठीक होना चाहिए. Promote more effective collaboration among healthcare providers and reduce or eliminate bottlenecks in your workflow. Bottleneck नहीं, अभी bottleneck कब कहते हैं, जैसे bottle का जब neck जो होता है वो यदि छोटा है तो things cannot flow out, तो that has to be avoided. ऐसा ना हो कि एक आदमी पर बहुत ज्यादा काम हो जाएगा तो naturally the output will be low. So the load has to be distributed in such a way that the bottleneck does not occur. So this whose job it is? The operations job is that कि ये देखे कि the load, the workload has been equally distributed among the staff, whether doctors or nurses, जो भी जिसका काम है, और ऐसा नहीं कि एक डॉक्टर because that doctor is supposed to be very good तो बस उसी पर लाद दिया है, ऐसा नहीं है. It has to be equally distributed among the workforce. What are the benefits of successful healthcare operations? स्वपन और शशि तुम पढ़ो.
बेटर क्लाइंट एक्सपीरियंस, मैम हम रीड कर रहा हूँ. बेटर क्लाइंट एक्सपीरियंस, इम्प्रूव बॉटम लाइन एंड कॉम्पिटिटिव एज, इम्प्रूव एम्प्लॉय प्रोडक्टिविटी. Customers are better client experience. Better client experience में है customers are more informed and have higher expectation for healthcare service than ever offering excellent customer service is vital for any business, but it's especially important in healthcare, where every interaction can have significant consequence. Operational excellence requires giving employees the proper tools to be confident and successful in customer interactions, so they are well prepared to deliver high quality care.
तो यदि if the operation is efficient, what will the, क्योंकि अब ऐसा है ना, because people's expectation is also rising. उनको पहले से हो जाता है, ये बात मुझे क्यों नहीं कहा गया, why wasn't I informed, क्योंकि communication tools are there. तो with the proper operation of the whole affair, it is easier to keep them satisfied. ऐसा नहीं है कि satisfaction of customer is required everywhere, but here it is very critical, क्योंकि यहाँ it is the question of life. If it is a question of life, the interaction between the customer as well as the service provider should be very clear. They should know what they should be getting, what is their disease. Maybe if you cannot tell the patient, at least the relatives of the patient should know what is the actual condition of the patient. If the patient is, something is very critical, I can tell you my own experience. Recently, I lost one of my sister in cancer. By the time we had gone there, it was very late. She was in 4th stage. So the doctor did not tell her, but they told us that now it is very difficult to save her. So we were mentally prepared. He did not was beating around the bush and just trying to make money. And even when in her last condition, he said, if you put her in the hospital and on a ventilator, she'll be there for few more days. But ultimately, she will not survive. So it is better you give her the amount of love and care, whatever you can do for her in her last days. So at least the communication was clear between the doctor and the patient. We knew exactly what to do. And because he said, we'll be just wasting our money by putting her on a ventilator. So he was so clear. The communication between to that nowadays, like her condition had become so critical that we could not take her to the hospital. So he saw her on Zoom, because that way the technology helped us. We did not have to take her to the hospital. He examined her on the Zoom. So this way this ICT is helping both the patient as well as the doctor to keep that communication clear, to know exactly what is happening. Next.
By empowering by empowering healthcare workers with easy to use solutions for communication. The communication data, tracking and appointment scheduling, one will be able to provide one's clients, with a consistent, high quality experience. This makes it easier to develop the long term relationship that help one serve more clients and grow the business.
So for example, these days, like if you want to take appointment in any hospital, there are portals where you can book your appointment, and so there will otherwise you would have to spend so much time in waiting for the doctor in the queue, just wasting your time. So this helps both the doctor. He will also have a number of patients which he or she can handle properly, and the patient will also will not have to lose so many time waiting in the queue. So these things, the technology is helping both the patient as well as the doctor. So empowering healthcare workers with easy to use solution for communication. Now that technology has come, they can use communication channels. There are so many communication channels. They can use mobile telephone, or they can use any other devices, so that there is a communication, there is no communication gap between the health provider as well as the patient. Swapan?
Yes, ma'am. Improve bottom line and competitive edge. More efficient operation means less wastage time and money, which translate to better profit margin. Building and maintaining a profitable healthcare organization require running operation as smoothly as possible while keeping employee and customer satisfied.
What do you understand by that?
मैडम बॉटम लाइन का अगर स्टाफ को हम लोग वेल ट्रेन करेंगे तो कोई भी कुछ भी काम थोड़ा जल्दी होगा और ठीक तरीके से होगा, जिससे कि अपन का टाइम भी बचे और कम से कम अमाउंट इन्वेस्ट हो,
जिसमें पैसा और समय का बचत होगा.
If you're doing the operation efficiently and effectively, doing the right thing in the right way, जिनको क्या जरूरत है, किसको क्या जरूरत है, कब जरूरत है, you know what is your capacity, how many patient you can treat efficiently. अब ये नहीं कि आपकी कैपेसिटी कम है, आपने पेशेंट बहुत ज्यादा बुला लिया तो फिर क्या होगा? There will be so much, people won't be satisfied with the service that is being provided to them. So now this healthcare organizations are increasing day by day because people are getting this opportunity to do so. And next, paying close attention.
Paying close attention to trend in service delivery help one make informed data driven decision that puts one a step ahead of the competition. It also helps one get ahead of trends that greatly impact revenue like employee retention and customer satisfaction.
So if you are well aware of the way you can keep a track of the patients coming to your hospital, you can have a competitive advantage. अब आपके competitor के पास नहीं चला जाए, वो आपके पास आए, तो you have to keep a track of their, अपना advertise कीजिए, let them know what all facilities are available with you, what what timings are required to complete a particular task in your hospital, so that you are ahead of your competitors. Only if your operation is smooth and efficient, then only it is possible. यदि आपको पता है, you should know and you should be true about it. ये नहीं कि आप ये काम मान लीजिए n मिनट में करते हैं और उसको बोले कि नहीं ये n-1 है, तो that way the patient will be not satisfied, because his expectation will be something else and he'll get something else. So once you can do it, but it should, in the long run, it will be a failure. Word of mouth से ही information pass हो जाएगा कि इन लोग कहते कुछ है, करते कुछ है. तो whatever you are doing, you should do it honestly and let the patients or your customers know what all facilities are you are giving and what is the cost of those facilities, everything. All the informed decision, the customer also can take informed decision, because this communication between the hospital and the customer should be very clear.
Continuing with strong operation management, one can find opportunity to improve in many different places, such as automatic and simplify recurring task, identify point in the administrative process that require manual work, like calling to confirm patient appointment, and identify a simpler, more automatic and less error prone method like a automated appointment reminder system. This free up time for tasks that are more important to the customer and the bottom line.
So if you automate these things like patient appointment, जो simple task है, so your time, you will not lose time in those things. You will be concentrating more on the critical aspects of the operation.
Clarify
Clarifying.
roles. Sometimes tasks are declared or missed because no one knows who is responsible. Find these trouble area, reset expectation, and clarify role to improve operation and increase employee productivity.
So everybody should know कि what his or her duty is. They should be clear about it. अभी ये नहीं वो कह रहा वो करेगा, वो कह रहा वो करेगा, उसमें काम नहीं होगा तो patient will be affected by it. So that should be made clear. What is the duty of everyone? Day-to-day operation of each and every activity should be governed by the operation manager. He or she should see it that the things are moving smoothly. People are clearly know what they are supposed to do, how they are supposed to do. They are well trained, well qualified.
Third one, identifying patient care trends. By collecting and reviewing patient satisfaction data and employee engagement data, one can take meaningful action in the underperforming area. If patients are waiting too long for appointment, find way to optimize the scheduling and booking process. If employees are frustrated by long hours, look opportunity for better manage the schedule for bring in a qualified temporary workers.
तो you can take कहाँ पर, if you collect data, feedback, जैसे स्वपन ने कहा कि वो feedback लेते हैं, तो you know exactly where, in which all areas the customer is dissatisfied. So why he or she is dissatisfied? क्या उसको बहुत ज़्यादा wait करना पड़ा या कोई और कारण है? तो you should take corrective action. हो सके तो बहुत ज़्यादा जहाँ जब congestion हो जाए, you can employ some temporary workforce. And get the bottleneck clear. Bottleneck नहीं होना चाहिए कि वो सामान निकले ही नहीं. बॉटलनेक का मतलब है कि बॉटल का नेक इतना छोटा कि जो सामान अंदर है वो निकल ही नहीं रहा है. तो यहाँ क्या है, जो सर्विस आप दे रहे हैं, डॉक्टर्स आर नॉट अवेलेबल, स्टाफ पैरामेडिकल स्टाफ इज नॉट अवेलेबल, दैट नेचुरली द प्रोसीजर विल बी अफेक्टेड. तो ये सब चीजों को देखते रहना है ना ऑपरेशन मैनेजर को कि थिंग्स आर मूविंग स्मूथली. जहां भी जो भी प्रॉब्लम है, हाउ विल दे नो? दे शुड टेक फीडबैक फ्रॉम द पेशेंट and then they work on some corrective measure कि उनको उतना ज्यादा वेट ना करना पड़े. उनको जो सामान चाहिए, जो डॉक्टर्स हैं, जो स्टाफ है, नर्सेज हैं, पैरामेडिकल स्टाफ है, उनको जो सामान चाहिए उनको मिल रहा है, अप्रोप्रिएट माने प्रॉपर सामान मिल रहा है, प्रॉपर कंडीशन. तो मेंटेनेंस ऑफ द इक्विपमेंट्स, ऑल दीज थिंग्स द ऑपरेशन हैज टू सी टू इट दैट थिंग्स आर मूविंग स्मूथली. Meghna? Meghna,
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
there?
Yes, ma'am.
So you read this.
Improved employer productivity. The numerous roadblocks that often arise in healthcare operations, disparate data silos, processes, or poor communication impede productivity. Healthcare providers, schedulers, and administrators spend too much time tracking down information and making calls and not enough time delivering care. Strong healthcare operations supported by centralized technology puts the focus where it belongs, caring for patients. Reducing and eliminating operational bottlenecks makes for more productive doctors, nurses, home health providers, lab technicians, and other staff members.
So if you have a proper operation management of the various activities which is involved in improving the patient's condition, then you can have to see कि कहाँ सबसे ज्यादा आपका फोकस होना चाहिए. केयरिंग फॉर पेशेंट्स. तो जो ऑपरेशनल बॉटलनेक है, ये whose job it is? It is not the job of the doctor. Doctor should be concentrating on caring for the patient. All these things should be taken care of the administrative staff or the people who are operating the hospital. तो इससे क्या होगा? The productivity of the doctor and the nurses will improve. क्योंकि मेन तो काम तो वो कर रहे हैं ना. यहाँ प्रोडक्टिविटी क्या है तुम्हारा? इम्प्रूवमेंट इन द हेल्थ ऑफ द पेशेंट. तो दे कैन कॉन्सेंट्रेट ओवर देयर. ये जो दूसरे काम है, दोज विल बी टेकन अप बाय द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव स्टाफ और द ऑपरेशन स्टाफ. हाँ मेघना, आगे पढ़ो.
How to improve operation management by implementing hospital information system. This is an integrated information system designed to manage the administrative, financial, and clinical aspects of a hospital.
In the beginning only we have said कि operations में क्या, you have to see on look after the administrative work, financial work, and clinical or legal work. Clinical and actually have clinic financial छूट गया है. You can add that into administrative work.
The capability of information technology. A computerized information system opens many possibilities in data management. A major advantage is the storage of data in a database from which relevant data can be extracted and manipulated to create views and reports for specific purposes. These capabilities is depicted in the diagram in the next slide.
See, मैनुअली क्या होता है? मान लो कि तुमने एक डेटाबेस भी बनाया जिसमें कॉलम्स एंड टेबल बना लिया. टेबल में you have feed in, but retrieving that becomes very tedious. मान लीजिए आपने 100 एक कोई एक्सीडेंट केस आया था 2011 में, तो अब फिर आप सारा रिकॉर्ड निकालिए। ऐसे तो इफ यू आर इट इज इन अ डेटाबेस, यू जस्ट हैव टू गिव सम एक कोई मास्टर वर्ड्स होगा जिससे वो इट कैन बी रिट्रीव इमीडिएटली। तो दिस बिकम्स इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली, दीज थिंग्स बिकम very easy. Electronic databases are very easy to manipulate and retrieve data. So ये है, this is one diagram which shows how a hospital information system works. पहले है data entry, data entry किया है यहाँ, data entry हुआ, data can be displayed on a computer screen. तो यहाँ से data entry हुआ, storage in a database. Some data can be imported from somewhere else. अगर मान लो कोई patient दूसरे किसी hospital से आ रहा है, तो his or her data can be imported from there. Data from elsewhere can be imported to data entry. Then from here storage database में store हुआ. From here you can find out whatever query you have, you can find out from that database. Data extraction हो सकता है, data analysis हो सकता है. मान लीजिए कि आपके पास accident के cases बहुत आ रहे हैं, तो you can analyze and see कि what is the reason. तो you can tell the district administration. हो सकता है बहुत सारे road accident के cases आ रहे हैं, तो they can contact the district administration and see कि they should do something about it. ये क्यों हो रहा है, या कोई पर्टिकुलर डिजीज बहुत फैल गया है, मान लीजिए कि डेंगू बहुत फैल रहा है, बहुत सारे केसेस आ रहे हैं, तो व्हाट इज द रीजन? द डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन शुड डू समथिंग अबाउट इट. वो मच्छर से किस तरह से बचाव करेंगे, तो व्हाटएवर इज दैट, तो सब एनालिसिस कैन बी डन ऑन दैट डेटा. देन डेटा कैन बी प्रेजेंटेड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ चार्ट्स, टेबल्स और टेक्स्ट. फिर इट कैन बी एक्सपोर्टेड टू other systems, disease notification, disease registers, ये सारे you can do it. Shared clinical databases, data warehouse where metadata, big data are stored. Data presentation, standard reports can be generated, ad hoc reports can be generated. For example, a report कि how many people suffered from dengue in the month of January 2022, how many people suffered from cancer in 2022, January 2000, some report. Any type of report can be generated through those data. Then you can, standard reports can be hospital information management system data, statistical report, incidence and relevance report, whatever it is, different types of report can be generated. Ad hoc report, just for one particular purpose, ad hoc reports can be generated. Resource, how resource were utilized, clinical audit inquiries, all these things can be generated from there. Business intelligence, you can use this data for business intelligence, how you can use this data to enhance your business capabilities. You can view those data, you can have decision support system, you want to take certain decision. So why? Based on these data you can take, like for example, number of cases for some particular disease is coming, that has increased, so some decision has to be taken to treat those patients. So what type of medical they require, medicines they require, what type of staff they require, all these things, decision can be taken on basis of the data which has been generated. Summary of that data can be done. An electronic medical record can be made so that whenever you require, you want to retrieve the data, that is possible. And all these can be displayed on a computer screen. Suppose the doctor wants to know, or any other administrative staff wants to know, so those data can be displayed on his or her computer screen. So electronic data storage is very important in today's competitive world. Swapan?
Yes, ma'am. Information system for patient care. The hospital information system can be broadly divided into two health hubs. The system for patient care function, and another one is the managerial information system.
So you can, क्योंकि देखिए दोनों चाहिए ना, मैनेजमेंट केयर का जो डॉक्टर्स नर्सेस हैं और जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन देख रहे हैं, ये दोनों को मिलकर ही दे कैन गिव द पेशेंट द केयर दे नीड. The main divisions of HIS is what? Information system for patient care and managerial information system. ये दोनों मिलकर ही will give you the desired information for taking care of the patient. Objective of hospital information system is the integration of these two systems lead to patient care. यही है ना objective हमारा main. Hospital का क्या objective है? To give patient care. That is the core business activity of a hospital. That is the core business activity. पैसा बनाना नहीं है. ठीक है? It is a business, and in any business you need profit. But the main objective is to give patient care, and through patient care you are making profit. And for making that profit, you have to have a very effective and efficient operational. तो पहले हम लोग देखेंगे इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम फॉर पेशेंट केयर. इसमें क्या क्या है? दो है ना, इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम फॉर पेशेंट केयर, मैनेजरियल इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम. तो इसमें सिस्टम फॉर क्लिनिकल सर्विसेज, ये इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम फॉर पेशेंट केयर है. अभी हम लोग मैनेजरियल सिस्टम पर नहीं जा रहे हैं. वी आर जस्ट लुकिंग एट द इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम फॉर पेशेंट केयर. सिस्टम फॉर क्लिनिकल सपोर्ट, क्या क्या चाहिए आपको क्लिनिकल सपोर्ट, एंड सिस्टम फॉर पेशेंट क्लाइंट मैनेजमेंट. पेशेंट कहो चाहे क्लाइंट कहो, क्लाइंट वही है जो पेशेंट है, तो उनका मैनेजमेंट कैसे करना है ये देखना है. One should understand that information systems are useful only if they facilitate work rather than just the creation. ये नहीं कि केवल हम क्रिएट कर दिए, पर उससे यदि वर्क नहीं हमारा एफिशिएंट हो रहा है, हमारा वर्क नहीं फैसिलिटेट कर रहा, तो बेकार है. It is not just the creation, storage and organization of electronic medical records. कुछ लोग ये सोचते हैं कि बस एक हम उसको कंप्यूटर में डाल दिए और बस मेरा काम ठीक से हो गया. ये नहीं है. How you are using that data, when it is required, for whom it is being created, if it is reaching the right person at the right time, and the right information is reaching or not reaching, some decision based on that is correct or not correct. All these things is the objective of the information system, not just the creation and storage and organization of electronic medical record. What are the objectives and function of patient care information system? Shashi, you read.
Yes, madam. Objective and function of patient care information system. Being a system for facilitating operation, this set of subsystem and application are expected to utilize computerization and information technology optimally to reach desired objective in the following area. First, productivity, effectiveness, uh, appropriateness, efficiency, quality, safety, privacy, and confidently of information.
तो ये जो आप कंप्यूटराइज्ड इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम बना रहे हैं तो इससे क्या फायदा होगा? आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि प्रोडक्टिविटी इंक्रीज करे, जो आपके डॉक्टर्स और नर्सेज के प्रोडक्टिविटी है वो इंक्रीज करे, ज्यादा से ज्यादा काम कर सके, ज्यादा बेहतर काम कर सके, इफेक्टिवनेस ठीक तरीके से काम कर सके, अप्रोप्रिएट हो, जो जरूरत हो वही काम कर सके, इफिशिएंसी, कम से कम रिसोर्सेज में ज्यादा से ज्यादा काम हो सके, वेस्टेज ना हो, वेस्टेज मिनिमम हो।
Yes, ma'am.
तो इफिशिएंट है, तभी वो सिस्टम इफिशिएंट है जब वो वेस्टेज जहां मिनिमम है। क्वालिटी ऑफ द वर्क शुड बी इम्प्रूव, सेफ्टी फॉर द पेशेंट एज वेल एज द डॉक्टर शुड बी देयर। डॉक्टर भी ऐसा ना हो कि पेशेंट, कभी जरूरी नहीं है कि एवरी टाइम द डॉक्टर इज रॉन्ग, बट सो मेनी टाइम्स द पेशेंट गेट आउटरेज्ड and they start misbehaving with the doctor. The safety of the doctor is also very important. Safety of the patient is also important. So all these things should be taken care of. Privacy and confidentiality of information. जो भी information है, ये नहीं है कि उस patient का information leak हो गया, सभी लोग जान गए, because it is a private information and it is confident. You have to keep it secret. It is for that particular patient. He or she does not know that the whole world should know about his or her disease. What are the complications? आगे पढ़िए।
To achieve the above objectives, the computerized information system is required to provide the following function: guide and enable the performance of patient care process, facilitate communication between care providers through sharing of information, enable automation of work process through links within it, integration with other components of the hospital information system, and interfacing with other computers, machiners, printers, and scanners. Provide clinical decision support at point of care.
तो ये तो ऑब्जेक्टिव था जो हमें इम्प्रूव करना था, प्रोडक्टिविटी, इफिशिएंसी, इफेक्टिवनेस, कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी, ऑल दीज थिंग्स, दीज आर द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। एंड इसको कैसे हम अचीव करेंगे? गाइड एंड एनेबल द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ पेशेंट केयर प्रोसेसेस। जो भी केयर प्रोसेसेस हैं उनको देखिए और उसको एक्चुअली इट शुड बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड। ये नहीं कि इट इज जस्ट रिटन ऑन द पेपर or written in a computer. It has to be implemented and it has to be seen if these things are actually being done. Facilitate communication between care providers through sharing of information. जैसे care providers भी बहुत सारे हो सकते हैं ना, डॉक्टर्स, तो उनके बीच में भी information flow should be easily done. They should know exactly क्या क्या problems हैं और कौन कौन से डॉक्टर्स देख रहे हैं, कहां तक वो आगे बढ़े हैं। तो दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज देयर, देन ओनली द अदर डॉक्टर, मान लो उनको कहीं ट्रांसफर किया जाता है तो सारे इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द पेशेंट शुड, पहले क्या होता था, अपना सारा रिपोर्ट लेकर आपको दूसरे डॉक्टर के पास जाना पड़ता, फिर दिखाइए, फिर वो पूरा पढ़ेगा। अभी क्या होता है कि द इंफॉर्मेशन इज कैप्चर्ड समवेयर एंड इट इज पास टू द अदर डॉक्टर, द पेशेंट इज नॉट इन्वॉल्व। तो एग्जैक्टली what is wrong with the patient, the doctor comes to know. Enable automation of work process through links within it, integration with other components of hospital information system. There has to be a link between the care providers as well as the administrator, क्योंकि इन दोनों को मिलकर ही काम करना है, एक अकेले नहीं कर सकता है। तो they should know what the other is doing. So there has to be a communication, an interface between different modules of the information system. Provide clinical disease support system at point of care. So what all support they require for clinically treating the patient, that support system should be there at the point of care. That system should provide that support. Gather, store and make available vital clinical information, individual and aggregate for primary and secondary use. तो जो भी information है उसको आप store करिए and make it available. यदि कोई analysis करना है, whether it is for individual or for a group, aggregated, माने a group, for primary analysis or secondary analysis. मान लीजिए बहुत सारे लोग आ रहे हैं कोई particular disease से, तो क्यों क्या कारण है? You have to analyze and see what is the reason why this number has increased so drastically. What is the reason? What should be done to minimize it? What type of action should be taken? Any type of analysis. Maintain a permanent record of events, that all activities of patient care as the electronic medical record and other documents based on medical legal requirements. And permanent एक record हो, so in case of any medical legal requirements होगा, कुछ भी legal problems हो जाए, do you have that data? It can be easily retrieved. ऐसे manually आप कितना भी लिख के रहे तो retrieving becomes very difficult. So over here that becomes very easy. So whenever you wrong, अगर मान लो कि कोई पुलिस आया कुछ इंक्वायरी करने की hospital में कि on this particular date was an accident case reported to on a hospital. If it is on the electronic record, you can easily retrieve it and see whether it is true or not. Any system being designed, proposed or implemented must possess characteristics that would fulfill all the above objectives and functions. तो ये functions और objective को दिमाग में रखकर ही you have to design the system. So the objectives are met by these various functions, both in its content and methods use. क्या आप मेथड यूज करेंगे, क्या कंटेंट होना चाहिए आपका डेटाबेस का, तो ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, आपको किस लिए आप ये काम कर रहे हैं और इसको अचीव करने के लिए आपको क्या क्या करना है. Initially we had said that there were two things: information system for patient care and managerial information system. Now we are at information system for patient care. तो इसमें तीन पार्ट होंगे: patient management system, clinical information system, system for clinical support services. तो ये all three will become patient information database. इससे electronic medical record बनेगा. और ये जो है managerial information system, you have managerial information database. All the above systems are used by healthcare personnel to take care of patients. Care is being here defined as all work activities to deliver services to the patient in response to their needs. Care का मतलब है कि जो भी सर्विस वे रिक्वायर करते हैं, whether they are getting it or not. तो पेशेंट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम में क्या है? पेशेंट का रजिस्ट्रेशन होना चाहिए पहले, सबसे पहले तो क्लाइंट रजिस्ट्रेशन, विजिट रजिस्ट्रेशन, कौन कौन उनको देखने आ रहा है वो सारा रजिस्ट्रेशन होना चाहिए. क्लाइंट रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट एप्लीकेशन, अपॉइंटमेंट्स एंड शेड्यूलिंग, उनको अपॉइंटमेंट कब मिला, कैसे कैसे कहाँ कहाँ जाना है, सब शेड्यूलिंग. रिसोर्स अलोकेशन, व्हाट एवर रिसोर्सेज आर अलोकेटेड टू देम. पेशेंट ट्रैकिंग, ये सारा चीज पेशेंट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम देखता है. चार्जिंग, बिलिंग एंड पेमेंट एप्लीकेशन, ऑल दीज थिंग्स. द पेशेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन, क्लाइंट रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट एंड चार्जिंग, बिलिंग एंड पेमेंट, ये ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर टेकन केयर बाय पेशेंट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम. तो यहां से आपको बन जाता है पेशेंट इंफॉर्मेशन डेटाबेस. Then you have clinical information system. Clinical information system में क्या रहता है? Patient care plans क्या है उनके केयर का, clinical decision support क्या है, order entry task क्या क्या order हुआ है, क्या task execute हुआ है, quality control है कि नहीं है, clinical data management, all these things are in the clinical information system. इससे आपको सारी चीजें से आपको पेशेंट इंफॉर्मेशन डेटाबेस बनता है जो फाइनली इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मेडिकल रिकॉर्ड के रूप में रखा जाता है. तो रिजल्ट रिपोर्टिंग, क्लिनिकल डॉक्यूमेंट्स, क्लिनिकल डेटा एंट्री, तो ऑल दीज डेटा आर जनरेटेड थ्रू क्लिनिकल इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम. Then you have system for clinical support services. Clinical support services में आपका आता है laboratory information system, clinical imaging information system, pharmacy information system, blood bank information system. From clinical imaging information system, you have food and beverage information system, operation theater information system, sterile supplies information system, information system, other support services, और भी कोई support services हो सबका. So this is the support which the clinic are getting for the care of the patient. So you have seen in the patient management system, you have three things. And then in the managerial, the second part of HIS, that is hospital information system, is managerial information system. Here you have three things, that is business entity, provider of hospitality services, and physical facility. The managerial information system refers to the set of subsystem and application that assist managers in running the hospital as a business entity, provider for hospitality services, and physical facility. Swapan, hello? Hello, are you listening to me?
Yes, madam.
हाँ, तो आप लोग तो सब मैनेजर हैं.
Yes, ma'am.
तो आप लोग ये क्या तीन काम करते हैं?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
क्योंकि यदि if you don't run it as a business entity, तो फिर आपका प्रॉफिट नहीं होगा, फिर it will not be an ongoing process.
Yes, ma'am.
अब हॉस्पिटैलिटी तो देना ही है कि that is your service, that is the things you are producing. यहाँ आप एक क्योर्ड पेशेंट को प्रोड्यूस करना है, और फिजिकल फैसिलिटीज जो भी है आपका, जो हॉस्पिटल का बिल्डिंग है, जो इक्विपमेंट्स हैं, दे आर ऑल इन द बेस्ट ऑफ कंडीशन.
Yes, ma'am.
तो बिजनेस एंटिटी में क्या है? जनरल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम एंड ऑफिस ऑटोमेशन, चार्जिंग, बिलिंग एंड रिसीप्ट ऑफ पेमेंट अकाउंट सिस्टम में होगा. ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, जो भी ह्यूमन रिसोर्स आप यूज कर रहे हैं, डॉक्टर्स है, नर्सेज है, पैरामेडिकल स्टाफ है, क्लास 4 एम्प्लॉयज है, व्हाटएवर क्लीनिंग एम्प्लॉयज है, सब आएंगे आपके ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज में. फाइनेंस एंड बजटरी सिस्टम, आपका क्या फाइनेंस है, क्या बजट, all those things will come into that. All these are all for business entity, because this operation is for business entity. This is also a business. Consumable purchasing and inventory system, this also you have to, this will come under business. कि क्या चीज कंज्यूम हो जा रहे हैं, कुछ चीजें ऐसे जैसे दवा है, गॉजेज है, syringe है, all these things are being consumed. So you are doing both the purchasing, consumable purchasing and inventory. when किसी चीज को अब कितना, what should be the optimum level you should have of the equipments as well as the bed, जैसे जो भी resources हैं, bed हैं, other things हैं, all those things should be at a optimum level. कि दोनों चीज नहीं हो, कोई चला भी नहीं जाए और कुछ चीज खाली भी ना रह जाए. तो जहां तक हो ये दोनों को मिनिमाइज आपको करना है. प्रोवाइडर ऑफ हॉस्पिटैलिटी सर्विसेज में क्या आएगा? आपका बेड मैनेजमेंट, जितने लोग जिनको बेड चाहिए उनको मिल रहा है कि नहीं मिल रहा है, food and beverage order supply system, all these things you are giving the care to the patients. Physical facilities में क्या है? फैसिलिटी इंजीनियरिंग सिस्टम, जैसे मान लीजिए कि आपके जो हॉस्पिटल है उसके जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हो गए, मान लीजिए वाटर प्रॉब्लम हो गया, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रॉब्लम हो गया, ऑल दिस फैसिलिटी, व्हाटएवर इंजीनियरिंग थिंग्स यू रिक्वायर इन मेंटेनिंग दैट हॉस्पिटल, दैट फैसिलिटीज आर बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड प्रॉपर्ली और नॉट. फिर इक्विपमेंट एंड मशीनरी,
কি করছো গো?
इक्विपमेंट है,
আমি এখানে পড়াশোনা করছি।
इक्विपमेंट एंड जो भी इक्विपमेंट एंड मशीनरी है उनका प्रॉपर मेंटेनेंस हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, इन्वेंटरी सिस्टम, व्हाटएवर रिसोर्सेज यू हैव, वेदर यू हैव द ऑप्टिमम लेवल ऑफ रिसोर्सेज और नॉट. फिर एनवायरमेंटल सेफ्टी, क्लीनलीनेस कैसा है, वहां का एनवायरमेंट कैसा है, सो दैट द पेशेंट्स आर comfortable with the environment and they are not being harassed they are not getting harassed by the environment. Housekeeping, cleanliness hai ki nahi, then whatever they require, clean bed sheets, things like that, all these things are available or not. Cleaning and waste management, cleansing and waste management, cleaning of the hospital, cleansing of, क्योंकि वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अ हॉस्पिटल. बहुत सारे ऐसे चीजें निकलती हैं हॉस्पिटल से विच इज नॉट वेरी डिजायरेबल. तो हाउ दे आर बीइंग मैनेज्ड, वेयर दे आर बीइंग एक्सपोज्ड, डिस्पोज्ड, वेयर दे आर बीइंग डिस्पोज्ड, सो दे डोंट क्रिएट हेल्थ हैजर्ड्स फॉर अदर्स.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is your man. So this is all for your patient care information system. Now we have come to managerial information system. There's an administrative system, human resource system, accounting information system, finance and budget system, material management system, hospitality service system, facility management system. These are taking care of the things we were talking till now. What were the three things? Business entity, provider of hospitality services, or physical facilities. For all these things, you need managerial information system. So these things are being properly done. In conclusion, we can say information systems facilitate the delivery of services at many levels. They support the activities of planning, management, and the performance of processes, beside enabling the recording of process. ये तो करते ही हैं. They do planning, how to do it, when to do it, when whatever is required. For everything you need a planning. You have to start with planning. Then you manage the thing and then implement it. And at the same time record whatever has been happening. Healthcare information system refers to a set of systems for the entire healthcare services, encompassing patient care as well as service for the early detection of diseases, prevention of health problems, and promotion of wellness at any location. वो ये नहीं है कि it should see कि the wellness of the patient is at the top of the services they are providing. Okay, so this is all for today. So we have understood that the operation of a hospital requires lot of planning, management, and performance of the processes,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
also recording of the
Yes.
information.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All three of you, I think Subir, Swapal,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Shashi.
Yes, ma'am.
All three of you are from management operations of a healthcare facility. So you are well aware of these things. I think others have also understood. It is not very
Yes.
easy to run a hospital. It requires lot of effort, lot of planning, lot of management, and seeing that the whole operation is running smoothly, effectively. Then only you can increase the productivity of the hospital staff, whether it is nurses, paramedicals, or doctors.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, then goodbye. Good night. Next Saturday,
Good
I
night,
won't be
ma'am.
here. I'm going out of station. So next Saturday, I won't be taking classes. After that, I'll take a class on solar system. And then we'll talk about something else.
No. Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Good night.
Ma'am.
Good night.
Good night.